I wanted to ask you first something. Given you have been on the education a bit for a long time, and I'm sure you have just begun your journey as well, do you or are you able to actually train on trading psychology, or this is something you get to learn on the job? Is it a trainable skill, or is it something that you basically get to work with it?
Well, I think the way it works is from a popular saying, when the cup is empty, the teacher appears. I don't know if you understand. Like if you're very young and you're very aggressive in trading, you just learn to your discipline, risk management, all these things that you learn when you're starting. Then you're trading aggressively. Maybe you are going forward, backwards. Your account is growing and then going back. At that moment, it's very hard to learn about trading psychology. But after the market has given you a couple of beatings, it's easier for you to learn trading psychology then. Yeah, because the psychology is not something that is foreign that we're introducing to you. We're basically trying to learn who are you, how do you react to different environments in the markets. When you have a winning trade and then you close, do you feel the urge to immediately execute another trade? When you have a losing trade, do you adjust your stop loss? Do you immediately go back to the market to recover some money? So it's those experiences that you have had that you try to learn and understand who you are, so that you'll be able to constantly monitor your emotional reactions so that you don't translate them into the markets. So yes, it's a teachable skill, but at least you need to have some experience trading before those lessons start coming in.
Very nice. Same question, but now with a tweak. You are training somebody, so perhaps they are on a demo account, right? On your side, as you, let's say, instruct, do you insist that they journal at least what they're trading and perhaps the emotional aspect to every trade and setup or strategy they are applying?
Well, yes. If I refer to the journaling thing, that's the main factor that I always suggest to my students to have it once they finish the course. I tell them, even if you're trading in paper account or demo account, it doesn't matter. You have to journal your trades. Why? The reason I'm saying that, the minute you are journaling your trades, you know what's going on. Number one, you have the date, time, the bear you're trading, the entry level, the exit level, the RR, the risk management, and why you took that trade. Okay? If you cannot narrate, if I ask you, Roof, you took that trade, why you took that trade? If you cannot explain to me why you took that trade, even if you win that trade, you're gambling. Okay, you're gambling. So I always tell them, take that process into the place, then journal everything, then take screenshot of your previous assessment or whatever you did before and after that, and then if you lose that trade, why you lost that trade. Okay, that to be in the journal as well, in the comment side. So now you have the full history of a month, how many wins you have, how many losses you have, the RR you have, and then you will see, you can reflect. The way I see journaling is a self-accountability. You will be accountable to yourself. You will see where you're heading. Then you will see when you do a SWOT test, you will see where you're strong, where your weakness is. Okay, and then you will concentrate on the next month, your weaknesses, to strengthen them up. That's the way I see it. Journaling is everything.
Maybe now that you have mentioned gambling, I believe in your case, you are more strategic in your approach. I tend to think that if you are strategic like that, you're able to generate more with the less risk in the market. What is your view on scalping? Is it a strategy that can work, especially if you have a process or people or even high frequency trading? What is your view on that? Scalping,
yes, is a highly emotional thing, and everyone cannot be a scalper. Few people can win and be scalpers. Those are who have very strong mindset. You know what they say in psychology? Success, 95% is a mindset, only 5% is strategy. So if you have a proper strategy in place and you learn and you know what you're doing, you can scalp. Many people, they're scalping because of gambling. They're chasing candles. And that's why they're losing a lot of amount of money. Okay? Scalping is not an easy thing. But if you have a strategy in place, everything comes back to what? A plan. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a strategy, If you don't know what you're looking for, you will end up losing.
Well, I say adrenaline is a bad drug in trading. It's a really bad one.
Okay.
Like there are people who enjoy that heightened, emotional adrenaline status when you're scalping, things are moving fast, and it becomes kind of addictive. Like you lose objectivity. You cannot even be journaling your trades when you're scalping. So it's even harder to keep up with your emotional status when you're scalping, especially when markets are really volatile. So the way I see it and how it happens is you've just started your trading, and then let's say there's NFP on a Friday. You see a big spike, you execute a couple of trades, you keep trading, you double, triple your account on that day. You feel so good. And that creates a very strong memory in you. But then you'll find yourself trying to feel the same way every other time that you see there is some news, you want to scalp quick and double your account. And I think that wastes a lot of time for traders who are trying to be profitable.
Okay. Yeah. Very good that you've started with something like that. On your side, when you're, let's say, building your psychology and mental capacity, how do you differentiate between a temporary drawdown and a fundamental flow in your strategy? That is question number one. And the question that I should have started with, when you are beginning for a new trader, how do you guide them at least to pick one strategy that they can work with and then build on it?
Well, the first thing, as you said, the drawdowns. Again, it's coming back to your trading plan.
Okay.
You see, everything will come back to your trading plan.
Yes.
Because if you don't specify in your trading plan what you're looking for and what you want from trading, you will never get what you want.
Okay.
I will explain why. If I'm having my plan, like my plan right now, as Ahmed, I have a drawdown strategy, which is if the trade is coming back to my entry level, I close 50% of that trade. Okay? If it goes below that, my entry, I cut the loss straight away. I don't wait the trade to hit my stop loss. Let's say if I'm away from my station, my screens, then let's hit stop loss. Stop loss will protect my capital.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why the reason it is. Roof mentioned good point. People adjusting their stop losses.
Yeah.
You see, that is the main problem. The minute you adapt that kind of strategy and you adjust all the time your stop losses, how you realize the market will reverse from here? Okay, then you will enter the phase which I call hope and pray.
Yeah.
Hope and pray. Okay, so you moving your stop loss to lower level, and the market dips more. Then you'll move it again. Then you kind of like hope and pray.
Yeah.
And we don't want to end up like that.
Yeah.
That's why I do in drawdown. I have a strategy in place.
Yeah.
If the market comes back to my entry level, close 50%.
Yeah.
If the market goes beyond or below my entry level, cut loss, I close everything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I think the challenge that I face mostly, especially with my students, is that you'll train a person for some good time. You show them all the analysis, strategy, journaling, like the full course. Then they start trading. Let's say they start with $1,000. They trade with some really good discipline. They follow all the rules. They are making some good profit. Let's say they even get to $2,000, $3,000, and so on. Then on one random day, Monday, Tuesday, this guy calls me. Rufus, I have a bad trade in gold and I'm down 30%. And I'm like, what?
30%?
Yeah, like you find that there's a lot of traders who will do everything. And then just that one day, you'll find that
everyone
they're
falls
holding
for that.
a really bad trade.
Lost all the profit that they made before.
Yes.
It's painful.
Down
It's
50%,
painful.
sometimes even 60%, and they are holding. And now they are at that emotional point of whether they should close the trade or continue hoping that the market will come back.
And go and hope and pray.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the main problem. You know, the reason I always guide my students when I'm mentoring them,
Yeah.
I always tell them, stick with your plan. If you want to win in financial markets, please do not adjust anything. Stick with your plan. Why? The reason I'm saying that, discipline is everything. Because there's a human tendency. If I break my rule today, I will break it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And you break it again. Then you will become ruleless. That whatever you put it in place, it will be out of the window.
Yeah.
And now you will enter a phase of gambling.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's where a lot of people quit trading because they gamble a lot. As he said, they lost a huge amount of money, emotional drain. They're over trading. They're becoming like hopeless and say, "I don't want to trade anymore."
Okay. To the original question, how do you differentiate maybe a temporary drawdown to now a fundamental flaw in your strategy?
Well, as I said, a temporary drawdown, if the market is very volatile and I see that market reverse on me, okay, what strategy do I have? How I can face that? Again, it's coming back to trading journal. Okay, and trading plan. So if you have a trading plan in place, and that will dictate to you, because trading plan, Jesse, will dictate you all the time. Will tell you what to do and what not to do. If you're coming against your trading plan, then you will following more the volatility of the market, and then you enter the phase of hope and pray, and then you lose everything.
Okay.
So the reason I'm saying this, drawdowns are very important. How you deal with them. Okay, what I say all the time, cut the loss and leave the market. I don't really stick around. If I see the market's reverse on me, I leave the market. I close and I leave.
You come back later when I
Absolutely. There's always an opportunity out there.
A quick one. I've seen this new Gen Z generation of traders. These guys are literally taking screenshots when the trade is in the money instead of taking profit. Well, what would you say is wrong with that?
Well, yes, two things. Number one, you can celebrate your wins. That's what they say in psychology. Celebrate your small wins. But do not over leverage yourself. A lot of people, what they do, they enter the market with a huge position. Let's say in the Forex, they trade account for 1K and they enter one lot size. Is that right? No. Absolutely not. If you do your math. So how long it take you to blow your account? In a matter of 3-4 candles. If you're trading like JBP, JPY, JBUSD or gold, in a few seconds in gold, you can blow your account. So instead of being busy with interacting with the community, when I'm trading, what I do is 100% my focus will be on the screen. I don't chat, I don't talk, my phones are away from me. There's no distraction whatsoever. My focus will be 100% on this screen. So I want to see, because the whole point is trade management. If you're missing that point, you can't manage that trade. As he said, Rufus, if you are busy with interacting with people, okay, sending screenshots, you're missing the whole point of focusing on what you're doing. And that distraction will destroy you, and then the trade will reverse on you, and you lose all the profit you made from market.
Interesting point you mentioned that. How important is, when you begin, did you get into some community, Telegram, WhatsApp, whereby you're able to share, your experiences? And is it important in nurturing your trading psychology?
Absolutely, yes. Community is everything. Trading, guys, is very stressful. Itself is very stressful. You cannot be alone. You need someone to share with your losses, with your wins, to celebrate with your wins too. We have a community. You need to have a community because two things you benefit from the community. Number one, you will get a lot of wealth information from there, because a lot of higher experience than you or people who trade a lot and been in the market before you can get some inside information from the market. Number two, you share with them your pain. Because there will be another side of a story who lost as well. Then you feel like loss is a part of the process. It's not something I have to worry about it. So community is everything.
Well, an interesting thing I've come to realize recently, when I started trading, I started with a group of other guys. And we would have these local office shared. Anytime you took a trade, somebody would come to you randomly and ask you, why did you take this trade? Where is your stop loss? How much are you targeting? And if you didn't have answers to those questions, you would really question your trading. And it really helped with trading psychology and discipline. What I find as a big challenge around here is that a lot of traders tend to personalize their trading to themselves and nobody else. Never tell anyone, even whatever they are doing. So that way, it means that for you to be successful, you have to be like really good with your discipline, follow the plan and everything. But then it's one of the hardest things to do. That's why we have a guy like Kipchoge being like the best marathoner in Kenya, and not everyone else, because he follows his discipline to the letter. But most people cannot achieve that. Even if they set their own rules, they will still find themselves breaking it.
Okay.
So I find community as a much more powerful way of people to enforce discipline, because you have another person who is enforcing an accountability on you.
Okay. As we sort of wrap on the trading psychology, you have mentioned something very important, whereby somebody would come to you, tell you, why have you not done this? How now do you block the noise, You have a working formula, you have journaled for, let's say, 6 months, 1 year, it has been working for you. And maybe, like I said, one temporary drawdown or overconfidence after a while, or a slip of your discipline or strategy. How do you block that noise or accommodate opinions and market sentiment and news outside while still, nurturing yourself as a young trader? How do you do that?
That's a very, very good question, Jesse. A lot of people really struggling with this kind of, the question you ask, how to overcome the problem they face or the noise that around them to block them. Again, it's coming back to your strategy.
Fast.
Yes. Because if you don't have anything, let's say me and Ruth, we are partners, we trade together.
Yeah.
Okay? He trades his own way, I trade my own way.
Yeah.
But we can suggest something. But he cannot tell me, let's say my strategy is telling me that there's an entry. But Ruth is saying his strategy, he got an entry. Shall I follow to him? The answer is no. I have to stick with my rule and my plan. So back again, we're coming back to the strategy and the plan. So if you don't have anything in place, then all the noise will
be affecting you.
Absolutely, will have impact on you. Okay?
Yeah.
So the only way you can eliminate all this nonsense, all this noise is coming from the market. There's a market sentiment, the bullishness or bearishness or the neutral. It doesn't matter. I'm going to look at my strategy. If that strategy fits my analysis and what I see is right, I will take that trade.
Okay.
I don't care the noise around me. What I'm caring is stick with my plan, because the whole point is building my discipline, be patient, allow the process. Okay? That is the fundamental thing when you trade.